is time to dive into the penultimate episode of Season 3 of Star Trek Picard. Now, this is the one thing I will call it Star Trek Picard. Past two seasons, no, they do not get the honorific of Star Trek. They were not. But this one, they have finally done. And I'm just saying, spoiler warnings right up front, kids. You've been warned now. You're probably warned. I'll put some kind of warning in the description and the title and on the thumbnail if I can work it. But we're going all in. I'm not going to dance around this here. So you've been warned. If you don't want to know what's going on, click out now. Thank you. Yeah, everything is building to a climax here, guys. And putting aside, the Borg, and you get this stuff goes back to best of both worlds. With it's like, stuff we didn't catch because we weren't able to catch it 35 years ago, but now we can, and oh boy, did we mess up, But what has been happening with with Jack and but I've been hearing Beverly's voice. Yeah, that's so they could coax him in, give him a familiar, comforting voice to sucker his thing in, and I shouldn't be doing this, but anyway. But yeah, once we get there, it's Alice Krieg is the voice. I don't think they got her in the getup. That's why I only saw her from the back. But yeah, they got Alice Krieg do the voice of the Borg Queen, and they did get Elizabeth Dennehy back to play Shelby for her brief time as Admiral Shelby. Elizabeth Dennehy. But she's changed. Of course, it's been 30 some, almost 40 years now. But moving on. The big thing is not everything that builds up to it, and the Titan getting right to them. What the big this is building up to. I think Metallis Pride disliked Generations as a lot of the rest of us did, because so far we've got the seeds planted for undoing the whole thing. You got Kirk on ice at Daystrom Station. We can undo that part with right storyline. Then I think an adaptation of The Return with Section 31 as the bad guys instead of the Borg and the Romulans. It works better with Section 31 because they do that kind of crap. But this is one case where I am delighted to be rather wrong on something. I think they did bring back the Enterprise D after a fashion. Because they're having a discussion over one thing. No, he said it was unsalvageable. And the ideas that were proposed still wouldn't work because of another galaxy class ship. No, you need more than just pulling up. Because you get one ship with a tractor beam, it would just shred that poor saucer. So I think. And in the terms of fleet readiness, that was unsalvageable because it took Geordi 20 years to get that saucer back into shape. And of course, the donor star drive section from the USS Syracuse, apparently. So in that case, it's going to take a long time for that thing to be space-worthy around. I think in the meantime, it's been on display at the Fleet Museum. In what condition? Who knows? Probably just the saucer itself for a long time. And probably a lot of parts were off limits because of the structural damage. But I'm also sure once Geordi got himself in a position to be the head of the Fleet Museum, things probably start picking up rather quickly. Let's get start shoring things up, getting back in place. Because remember, last time we saw that bridge, it was a disaster. Okay. It's like the horseshoe, I think. It's like everything was just, so it's got to be. And a little bit of misdirection on Terry Metallis' part regarding the audio files that Major Barrett recorded before she passed. And I don't know about that. We didn't want to waste time, but okay, cute. Because we get back in the Enterprise D. Who's the voice we hear of the computer? It's Majel. And it was good to hear her back in there. And again, I don't know if that was recycled dialogue from a previous thing, or they did use those files to an extent. Probably a combination. Because I'm trying to think if there was maybe during Chain of Command there might have been the snippet there about transferring command. recognizing Captain Jean-Luc Picard as But either way, it's back. It's everything there. And of course, again, this is in the can a long time ago, but it's kind of like at least figuratively hearing the complaints of the fan, turning the lights on so we can see what's going on. And yeah, they did kind of borrow a couple of pages from Battlestar Galactica. Have a ship that is not networked into everybody else. It's basically analog compared to everything digital. And I do like what Gary over on Nerdrotic said about they probably didn't intend this as an analogy to the younger kids being suckered in by social media and all these influences, and the old folks having to come to the rescue. But I'll take it too. Yeah, especially with the stuff I've been going on in the sidelines here. I mean, it's like, oh, what is wrong with these kids? And by kids, I'm not just talking minors. I'm talking about these people in their 20, approaching 30, and they're still acting like kids. I'm ready to strangle one of them. I mean, I fully expect to be blocked rather shortly over on Twitter by one, because I decided to get the point that look, it's like the short version. It's like person has come out as trans and is trying to work up the courage to chop off her tits, and it's like, okay, this has gone on long enough here. I think it's like time, and I said, I'm not going to blow sunshine up your ass. Chopping off perfectly healthy, albeit annoying, body parts because of a personality disorder is wrong, and you know it's wrong. That's why you're having such anxiety over it, because deep down you know it's wrong, and you shouldn't be doing it. And I think a big factor in her case is that puberty was not kind. In the sense it's used. Everyone remembers when you're a kid that one girl whose boobs came in overnight. It's like last week she was as flat as you were, and then suddenly next week, and then yeah. Apparently that's not very pleasant when it happens to you. It's very painful. They've been on, I mean, she would. Strange behavior as a little kid, but chopping tits off for Barbie dolls and stuff and giving them hair. It's like, okay, well, it's, but this kind of put the cherry on the cake there, and it's like, so okay, yeah, and that, yeah, I can perfectly understand hating being a girl, because this is what it's done to you. It's been constant pain. She's small frame, is not built for this size of boobage, and it's like, no, okay, no, and that's why I've been pushing a middle ground. No, get them reduced, okay. We should run around with a binder. It's like, no, B cup, it'd be perfect. They'd be smaller. They're not going to hurt. You wear a t-shirt, you look like a boy. You still, but probably wouldn't have to, barely probably have to wear a bra anymore. Maybe a sports bra, but that was. But it's like, that would solve 90% of the problem right there. With the other 10% being mental. I have to flat out lay it out. It's like, no, chopping. It's the same category as people who are having their eyes gouged out because they identify as blind, or having the limbs chopped off because they identify as disabled. Those people we recognize as totally nutsy, wacky ludodunes. How come they are nuts, but we would treat gender differently? It's still. You're identifying as something as you're physically not. It's the same damn thing, okay? But I'm getting way off in the weeds here. Let's get back to Picard. I've said my piece on that, and I fully expect to be blocked by the end of the day because she's had enough of it. And I can understand part of it. She's getting whacked from all sides, but no, I'm just trying to be an actual friend and say, I'm not going to blow sunshine up your ass. I'm going to tell you what's what here. But, Picard. So yes, the Enterprise D is more or less back. And it's kind of, tribute to, modular Starfleet design. It's like, yeah, they all come to parts pieces. You can mix and match. You can just easily attach the Enterprise D saucer to a Nebula class. It's the same connection, the same neck. But yeah, you get another Galaxy class donor hull. Yep, okay, boom. You have an entire ship again. And of course, Worf bitching about, well, the weapons are inadequate. Worf! Shut up! For the record, Nestle's quick with a spoon of Ovaltine thrown in. But yeah, this is really, Patrick Stewart has got a little more power back in his voice now that he's back on that bridge. I also like to comment, I've missed the carpeting. That's also been a running complaint from fans. But what happened? What's with the shiny floor? That's got to be a bit of a safety hazard. And reflections all over the end place. And it's got to play havoc for the audio mix. I'm going to be the sound guy on there and pick it up all flip calls all over the damn place because that damn hard floor. But yeah, get back on there. Yes, carpet. Lights. We can see. So you got the bridge crew back. Apparently, he's automated the rest of the ship. Drones are loading torpedoes as we speak, Mr. Worf. And I have a theory. It wouldn't be an instant fix, but how to solve the problem. We'll see if I'm going to be right. I have no clue. No one's given me a screener. I have no idea what's going to happen in the next episode. But I'm thinking, since this bit of Borgified DNA, and it's like, people, how they've been doing this, anybody who's gone through a transporter has had their bit of their DNA rewritten with this extra little thing stuck in there. Kind of like, planting a bug in them, so they're, when the Borg signal goes out, they pick it up and get assimilated. And that's why Ro refused to use this transporter, because she picked up on this. Said, no, you're not getting me in this. So yeah, if you go back, this is where like it's good to go back and binge what has been, because a lot of stuff has been set up from the day one. Even the Enterprise D, there's been things where, at the Chateau Picard, they're looking at the painting from the ready room, and Riker in the bar saying, "Well, how come nobody wants the Enterprise Ds? What? Nobody wants the fat ones." And people, how disrespectful! Yeah, that's the point. So that when we get back there and see the old girl, you get an appreciation. Yes, we'll see how they like the fat one now, huh? She comes in and saves the whole freaking day for the umpteenth time. And now Jonathan Frakes has already dropped in the news that nobody dies. Okay, well, at least nobody haven't died so far. Of course, he said that, and then I saw, well, how about Shaw? Or anybody we saw getting whacked on the way out the ship. But anyway, this, by all accounts, what little we've been told so far from people who've seen it, this last one is going to be one humdinger of an episode, and going to be a proper wrap-up to Next Generation, the one they should have gotten way back when, which they kind of squandered with after all good things, because they went straight from production of that last episode right into the movie like next week. So they should have let that sit a while. But like one reviewer in a local paper said, that doing a Next Generation movie is like doing a WKRP in Cincinnati, the movie, when the revival series was still on the air. It's like, it doesn't ring the same way. We'd had about a good, at least 10 years between the end of the original series and the first movie. But yeah, this time. And again, there's always something you can hang your... Oh, this is stupid. This is fan service. You're goddamn right it's fan service. We deserve to be serviced after all the crap we've been through, all right? No, I don't know. Yeah, no, again, Stuart and Samuel are going to be going over those L cars with a fine-tooth comb and identifying all... Because you got the entire fleet there. So it's going to be a treasure trove of registry numbers and everything. Unfortunately, on the map, they're identified just by Starfleet symbols, so you're not going to be able to match up grades and names very well. But it's still information. It's still, still gets on there. Okay. So we've been at 15 minutes. That's good enough there. So I managed to get a little rant in there. And again, hopefully certain folks are fine. It's like, no, this is good Star Trek. It's proper. It's giving the proper respect. You got to look at it beyond just what they say on screen. What are they implying on screen? This is not, when someone's being snotty about the Enterprise D, that's not the attitude of the producers. Get out of that mindset. They're not saying the Enterprise D is the fat one. No, they're saying these idiots in the show don't properly appreciate that ship. And they're the idiots. And if you're mad at that, then guess what? You're not one of the idiots. Congratulations. Welcome to the team. God. Okay, that's for my chocolate milk. So, with that, we will talk at you later. Links down below in the description. You want to try and help support this thing? Share it around. If you're not subscribed, for God's sake, subscribe. I need to get this channel running again, okay? I need to get this back under its own power. And as I said, the landlords have been very patient with us, and it's part of a transitional thing. We'll keep the contact and keep working, and finally, eventually get back to. But I want to get that back to the point where I'm paying my own damn way through this channel. Again, it's the whole point of this whole second room here being taken over by me. Bedroom's next door. Okay, this is all me. This is, So, like, share, subscribe, and we will talk at you later.